Here we go. The recording is live. Hello, Restless. First episode ever with Junior as a podcast. We talk a little bit about our first Rust experience. I mean, we played, what was it? When was it?
It was like a week, like 3 days ago, four
No,
days
but
ago.
I think the first time we talked about Rust or we played Rust was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was about like 800 days.
Steam actually told you, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so I think we can pretend it was our maiden voyage in Rust together. I have a little bit more hours in Rust. I don't want to confess how many hours because that
a
is
little bit.
it's just a little bit disappointing. Personal disappointment unlocked. So yeah, I think we played. We didn't play Wipe Day, so we played on a already existent map. I think the wipe was 2 days after that. Before that, we started playing, and it was I think a top 150 server. It was rusticated.com, was it?
Yeah, it was Rusticated Trios, the premium version.
Yeah. So I had to trade you some skins, treat treat them well, so you had actually access. So how was your what was your overall impression of this whole thing?
I mean, what do you mean by impression?
Yeah,
Like
like
how, like my experience?
yeah, exactly.
Well, since it's been like 3 years since I last played. When I joined first, I was kind of, I didn't know what to do. I tried to gather some materials and died to a stupid pig, which was my very first.
that was
That was
that was
I was
that was absolutely glorious. I
I
think.
was I was pretty upset, but then I got the hang of it, and I learned some like tips and tricks from my dad, and then we killed two people, I think, from what I remember, and then
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Let's just go maybe chronologically how this whole thing is. So we loaded in, and I think the first thing our goal originally, or my goal, which I set up for this was to get a boat going so we can go into the deep sea. We never arrived there. That is, I think, safe to say.
Yeah.
We got distracted multiple times. I managed, I think, to get into the to the location where I wanted to put our base down. It took like 20 minutes, I think. Do you remember approximately how much time you needed to get there?
To the base from
Yeah,
when I started.
yeah.
I think it took me about maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
No, I think it was more like 2 hours, chat.
I well,
Which, by the way, I'm not making fun of you. Obviously, you're a Rust newbie, so there's a lot of things. The game is a very hardcore game, and a lot of things you kind of need to know or focus on in order to progress. But it was kind of funny because you had really trouble to getting actually to the location because you died to the pigs, you died to other players, I believe.
yep,
You got distracted. I think no, I think the scientist was later, right? That you were already there when you encountered the scientist.
yeah,
So anyway, I put it back down and we started farming like resources to build up the first base. It was usually the blueprint I like to put into a rock foundation, but it wasn't nearby. I still stick to it. I have no idea actually how to build bases for with another player as a duo. So we stick to my solo design, which was fine. And what was yeah? So I think the pigs really created some issues for you in the early stages.
yeah. That was probably the first time I've raged in Rust because of pigs. It was uh it was a traumatizing experience.
And, which is kind of funny because we actually were our base located was in the jungle, and the jungle is actually really dangerous with all the big cats. I think you encountered a panther later, right?
Yeah. I encountered the first animal I encountered was a snake. I thought it was loot. 'Cause it's been a while since I played Rust, so I didn't know they added snakes for some reason. But yeah, d- good discovery.
Okay, so and how did the farming goes? Because I kind of abused you to figure things out a little bit, and you started then I think farming trees. That was the wood was the main goal, right?
Yeah. You told me that cutting down big trees can lead players towards us. So it was best if I chop down the dead ones on the floor, which was even more like wood in general, anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, we also upgraded your rock farming after half an hour to Stonehenge, Stonehenge, which
Yeah.
was I think a lot easier. So and did you follow my advice with the trees chopping down?
No, no.
That took a moment. Yeah, that was hilarious. Anyway, we managed to get our first location secured, and I think then you had your first player encounter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He was. I think I'm pretty sure he was like he was just crouching and looking in the wrong direction, but then I just walked into him. Cause I wasn't paying attention where I was going, and he just headshotted me completely.
Yeah, and you dropped that, and I think our base wasn't. We didn't had an airlock yet, and I think we even had an open box in the base because when I had returned to the base, he was crouching with a shotgun actually around the corner, and
Oh,
I thought it was you. But it was really lucky, really fortunate because at this point I think I had a revolver if I remember it correctly. Do you
yeah.
remember where we had the revolver from? Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah,
You told me a player gave it to you, right?
yes, that was really fortunate. So whoever this was, sadly I didn't record the session. He actually gave me some freebies when I was running to the base location, so I had a revolver equipped, and luckily he missed the main shot with a shotgun. It was a water pipe shotgun, and after that he missed his crossbow shot, so I was able to take him down because otherwise he would have would have restarted at the base at the beach right back. So I was very, very fortunate. So then we kept farming. We also kept farming, I
Uh,
think, the road a little bit.
yeah. We went to the um garage place, right, to
Yeah,
get the
warehouse, yeah.
scrap and stuff.
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
and then we encounter the first time there was a player that was insanely looted and he ran away. And after I turned, he would turn around the corner and went away. I didn't know where he went, so then I went, and I saw a guy in a blue suit, which I thought was the player. Maybe he was lagging or something, so I headshotted him, and I thought maybe he lagged, so he died. And I went up close, and it was an NPC, and I almost got completely discombobulated.
Discombobulated, that's a cool word. I'm not up to. I know I'm older, so I'm not up to date with all those cool
No, I
words.
think I don't think it's that much of a wait.
Maybe I just, English is not my first language. Anyway, yeah, so it was an NPC and he started shooting him. So luckily we were capable of taking him down. We found the warehouse a little bit, but it was looted. So, this was actually an interesting situation because we were running towards the warehouse, and in all honesty, I saw the player way too late. You actually pointed out the player, right?
Did I?
Yeah, I think so. Or
Oh
maybe
yeah,
not.
the one that was camping for us, right?
Yeah, in the warehouse. I don't know. And funny enough, and I actually, this is not positive for me. I got actually angry with you. I didn't see the player, and I got actually annoyed by you because you didn't react to the player, which I didn't see. And then we didn't, and
Oh,
then the player ran away. And I actually had to control myself, not being grumpy because of it, because again, that is a mistake I did. And yeah, I wanted to put the blame on you, which was not
how
cool.
could you, Dad?
Yeah, yeah. So see, I'm putting it out in the open. What kind of bad father I am? See.
Uh,
Yeah. Anywho, this player ran away, and we were farming a little bit more. And then this remarkable situation with, I think, you as a player in the car.
oh yeah, we both went back to the warehouse and we saw the guy that was selling loot take two, and he went to his van probably because he was really scared of us, because he had a lot of loot. So we jumped into our little scooter thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. We actually went back to base because we had the scooter, and then we had the idea. Okay, let's use the scooter to traverse the map a little bit to have mobility and to start collecting those blueprint fragments which we need to get the next workbench upgrade. We need 5 of those, so we wanted to do one of the puzzles and stuff like that. So we had already
Yeah.
low-grade few at this point, and then we saw the car, and then things got real very fast. You tell your side.
Yeah, so we tried chasing him, and then at some point he crashed, and
No, no,
then
no, no.
well
Okay,
I
okay. No, no, no. You need to make a story out of it. Come on. So we're on our bike. You see the player, and he's driving, right? So we're starting chasing, right? Like, it was really cool because we had this motorbike with an additional seat on the side with I don't even know what the name in English is. and you were sitting in there and we're driving, and it's like, of course, the handling of the bike is really difficult, because if you in the moment you're off road, it's like it goes in all directions, right? It's like start drifting, and the control is really difficult. It was also very damaged, so the control makes it even more difficult. So we were like hunting, starting to drive after him, and he's trying to get away from us. And then we actually went. We followed him into the scrapyard. I think he wanted to go to scrapyard to actually, recycle. Well, we assume this, judging from his inventory, which we got later. And when we arrived at the scrapyard, he, I think, stopped, and I think you jumped out, right?
Yeah, I tried to knife him because I thought if I could get into the car, like I could just easily like deal damage and kill him, right? That's what I thought.
So the guy jumped back into the car, started driving away, and you started running with a knife after him to get him dead. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm watching this whole thing while reversing the motorbike, and I'm like, child, start shooting him. You have a revolver. While he was still running after him, it was like, it was so awesome. You were like totally locked in. You had like the goal to knife him, and you were running after the car and trying to get to him to knife him. Yeah, no.
Yep. Good times.
Yeah, so then he would jump back into the motorbike, and we start, chasing him on the thing, start shooting him, because he had a car which was not completely armored, so it was open, so you can potentially shoot him. I don't know. We were for me, it felt like 5 minutes where we were chasing him and trying to take him down.
Yeah, I tried to at the end. When we got close to him, I pulled out my revolver and I wasted like 12 shots, and somehow in those 12 shots I only hit one. And then you jumped off and you immediately finished him. So I helped in a way.
No, no, no.
I was
That was, the thing is, once we looted him, we saw that he actually had a P2, which is compared to our revolver, a way stronger pistol. He had armor, which we actually barely had. We had like still very prim locked, and he had his inventory full with pipes and gears and other stuff for recycling to get scrap. And if you wouldn't have scared him off with your maniac knife attack, charging him with a knife, this dude would have killed us both. I think you set a precedent of intimidation.
why would he get scared of me trying to knife him? Like,
Because it's the unknown which scares people. So when you were running towards him with a knife, he was like, there has to be a plan behind it. Like, why is he trying to
oh,
knife me? There is a plan behind it. Maybe, I don't know what.
oh, so you just have to be unpredictable.
Yes, exactly. So he was like freaked out, like Sun Tzu kind of warfare in this moment. Like he was scared of the unknown, and that's why he was locked into fear and driving away instead of fighting back in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure he rage quitted after that, because we got a lot of shit from him. That was hilarious. All right, then we went back to base. We secured our base, I believe. So the foundations were there. What was the next thing we did? Oh yeah, did we I think we did we took the motorcycle and went to do the puzzle, right? Satellite dish, I think.
Yeah, to get like with the green key card, right?
Yeah. So that was successful. That was really cool. So we had our first blueprint fragments. Remember what happened then?
We went back, and as we were going back, we found a like place with a vending machine that had offline turrets and free loot.
Oh yeah.
Since it was decaying.
Yeah. So we actually checked the map for vendors who are selling blueprints, and we actually found one. We saw there's not far away from us is actually a base which is selling blueprint fragments. So we went, I think, for crude oil, the exchange. So we went there, and then we saw that the base was actually decaying. So the vending machine was still working, so we got our blueprints from it, but we also realized that all the turrets were off. No?
Oh, me? What? I didn't. I thought you were talking.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And so we saw, like I said, we saw that that the turrets were off, so we went. Oh yeah, and then we decided, okay, let's go back to base and get some just some melee weapons so we can break the turrets. And then on the way back, we actually saw another decaying base where we got like all the melee weapons we ever wanted from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And
say.
we got do you teleport where we broke the turrets?
No, we were
Yeah,
we were at the point where we got the other base nearby us, near our base. We had all we had all the melee weapons from there, which we needed to break the
Oh
turrets.
yeah, and then afterwards we realized that the turrets weren't working and they were deactivated. So what we did is we took the knives and we went back to like that other decaying base, and we were able to break the turrets and got extremely like good guns and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that was really cool, right? Like, and I think if we would have had at this point some explosives, what we could have done is to actually, but we took a break. We shortly after, so we didn't get to it. But if we would have like crafted some explosives from satchels and stuff like that, I think we could have gotten a lot more really good loot from this decaying base with a vending machine. Yeah. But yeah, I think we ended playing there, and then you have to narrate it, because after that you wanted to surprise me to farm some loot on
Yeah.
your own. tell the story how that went.
Yeah, so it was like 10, like close to 11. I wanted to like quickly do one more thing before I went to bed. So I joined Rust and I got out of the base with a hatchet to cut down some trees, right? Gather some loot, like a bit of scrap. Because we didn't have a space in the base, I wanted to make like a little triangle 1 by 1 hut and like put like a cabinet in it with a lock so we could just have another space for like stuff. What I didn't know is I made a door and I didn't know how to put a door. So it was like yeah, it was I built both one door and two doors size and it wasn't working, so I gave up on it. So I was just gonna go back and pretend like that wasn't me. And then I realized that the wheat ladder, like the stair, like the roof that we were able to get up with was
So
gone.
we had like a triangle roof on the side of the base, so we can jump up basically on the second floor on the roof, so we can go back into the base. Yeah.
Yeah, and then uh what was I gonna say? Yeah, I realized that it was gone. You probably deleted it so no one could get on, and then I was stuck for the next 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get on top. Because I didn't want to build anything because maybe that would have attracted players. I didn't know how the game worked. Still, I was still new. So what I did was I built one square platform next to the triangle one that we had outside the base. Build the staircase that goes up straight and then it turns and then goes up backwards. And then I had to delete it, but I felt so embarrassed because there was probably like a way easier way to do that, but I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, but I think it was really cute. Like for me, when you told me this on the next day, I was like really amazed, because for me it was like, you tried to do something nice, and you logged into the game, to like, I don't know, maybe you felt like we didn't progress fast enough, or you wanted to show
Yeah,
initiative
because
and to farm from some wood and stuff. And for me, it was like a really like a great statement where you committed to playing with your father. So for me, that was really heartwarming.
oh yeah, because I thought that if we already got the materials that we need, then we can just immediately go raid and we don't have to grind for loot.
Yeah, that was that was really sweet. And personally, I think it's also really cool, because I really like those games where you need to figure things out, right? And you don't know
Yeah,
the game, but you still manage to kind of achieve what you needed, right? You found a workaround. Now, obviously, at this point, I guess you didn't know how to that you need to craft doors and put them in those frames. So for the future, now you need to craft them actually with wood, and to put them. But again, this whole thing, like, that's I found very heartwarming, and I'm like, like, I find it was really awesome to hear, and this funny spin of, like, you didn't know how to do it, but you still managed to figure it kind of out, is also really cool, because it shows that you're, like, initiative, and it shows that you're, like, and how do I say this? That you're finding a solution, that you're improvising. They had an idea to do
yeah.
something positive, and then you develop from it. So that's really cool. You didn't just give up, but you figured it out, so to speak. I think this it took some time, and maybe even some borderline raging. I assume.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I was when I was like trying to build the little hut, I wasn't raging, but I was just, panicking because what if a player came and like took all my stuff? And that would have. How am I gonna? What am I supposed to explain to you?
Yeah. This is Rust for you. Like the thing with Rust, this is really important because I fell into this trap as well. Like all your stuff which you're having is like your consumables. You need to think it like that. It's like a potion you're taking. Uh, the things aren't real because either way, the map will get wiped. So nothing in Rust you're keeping, which is I think maybe one of the things which I actually don't like about Rust is that there is no progress, so to speak, because again the map will be wiped, the servers will be wiped, you're starting from the beginning. It's of course a great thing, but there's zero progress in Rust aside from what you're learning. So Rust is all about learning. It has a very high skill cap. It's not just shooting and stuff like that, but it's to understand the game as a full, and to have your own goals set up and learn the different mechanics and things like this. This is where you progress in Rust outside of the game itself, because everything you acquire in the game you're going to lose anyway. Like you're either going to lose it to another player, and then it's a funny experience, or but you're going to lose it anyway within maximum a month. So nothing is forever in Rust. Beside,
Yeah.
of course, the things you're learning. So and the better you get at the game, the faster you progress and the more fun you can actually have, because there's so many systems you can do. It's crazy. But yeah, Rust is definitely a game where you can rage hard. All right. So I think that's yeah. And then on the next day, I think I logged in and our base was gone. I don't know if it was because we got raided, or which is also very probable causes, because we didn't have enough upkeep in the TC. Now the TC, to remind you, is a tool cupboard, which is this big wooden thing which you need to put down to protect your base. If you
Hmm.
don't put it down, everyone else can basically build onto your base. It's like it creates like an area where nobody else can build it. And if you don't put the material inside, which is used in the base building, like stone, wood, and metal, then after some time, the walls will start decaying. Like the doors, the walls, the foundations will start decaying, and they will simply vanish. Otherwise, the map will be filled with bases everywhere, basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When you build your little outpost, shack outside, did you put down a TC?
Hey, what?
Did you put down a TC when you built a little?
Nope.
So, so your work would have been gone by the next day anyway, sadly. All right. But it's good. I really enjoyed our time, and I'm really looking forward for the next time. Maybe we can do like a wipe day kind of play.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, that's it then. Our first episode ever about Rust is recorded, son. How do you feel about it?
Good.
Yeah, I think it's actually really good. You sound really good on on recording, and you also have a very natural way of communicating in those. So you're not shy. That's really good. Love it.
Yup.
And for everyone else, thank you for listening. Nobody does, but it's still cool. See you next time. Cheers.
Bye.
Ciao.